guys, let's put together a card. I'm making a card today. I'm going to use this little stamp set that I have here. I think I bought this on either AliExpress or eBay, maybe. And recently I did another card where I used this sentiment here, which is a true friend is someone who reaches for your hand and touches your heart. So today I think I'm going to use this sentiment, be your own kind of beautiful. And I'm going to use three different inks. I'm not real sure how I'm going to use them, but I'm going to use them. Because I think I want to do part of this little scrolly, flowery, whatever this thing is. I think I want to do part of that. Alright, I'm working with an A2 size card base. It's a top fold. So it's cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I have two mats that are going to go on the inside. The first one's cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and the second one is cut at 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And I think I will probably use some of that scrolly stuff on this inside white panel as well. I think. I always like to add mats to the inside. I think it finishes the card, and also, you know when you get a store-bought card how thick they feel? When I add extra mats, it feels, to me, it feels, if not the same thickness, then thicker, and I like that. I think it just gives it body. Alright, on the outside, the first mat is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I almost said that the other way around. The second one, I didn't write down that. Why didn't I write down the size for this? Weren't you guys watching? Apparently I wasn't either. Is 3 7/8 by, I think, 5. No, by 5 1/8. 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And then I had done this alcohol ink background, I don't know, a long time ago, and I've been going through stuff, so I stumbled across this piece, and I thought, oh, I think you are destined to be a card, like, immediately. Why didn't I use you before? I'm not using this centerpiece. I just used a stitched rectangle die to cut out that rectangle. It's not stitched on both sides, it's only this side, which I'm okay with, because that white piece there is going to be where my little scrolly thing is, and my be your own kind of beautiful. Okay, get in there. And I'm using a stamp positioner just simply because it would be easier. And I have one of the older Fiskars stamp presses. Actually, I have two of them. I have two different sizes. I've never used them. I bought them used, and then literally less than a week later, before I even received them, I got this stamp platform for like $25 with no shipping. So I got it. And granted, I know it's not a Misty, and yes, I'm aware that they ripped off the Misty. I'm aware of that. And I feel bad for them, but this same size platform is something stupid, like $60 to $75. To me, that's foolish. It's foolish. And I think of all the things that I could purchase with that amount of money. The thing I like about, oh, good grief, I got that all wet. That's not nice. I may have to cut that part of that away. Well, phooey. If I'm going to have to cut it away, I may as well just go ahead and go bananas. And then if I have to cut another one, I will. So let's just go bananas. What did I do with my lid? I got these little inks at Tuesday Morning, and I paid like $1.99 for each one of them, which really is nothing. And I didn't get them all at the same time. I got them at different times. And just picked up a little bit at a time. I need to put my baby wipe down, and so far I'm liking that. Alright, let's go back to yellow. And that's something else with these ink pads. One, I've had them a really long time. And two, good grief, I paid $1.99 for them. So if I cross-contaminate with a little bit of yellow in the orange, is it really hurting anybody or anything, you know? No, it's not. So that's kind of how I look at that. And I picked these colors mostly because of the colors in this. I didn't have a hot pink ink, just random ink to use. So I put too much red on there. I'm going with it. I'm not going to fuss about it. And the red does kind of take over. Let's go back to the orange. I think that's looking really pretty. And then I have my other inks that I use regularly that I'm always extremely careful with because I don't want those cross-contaminated. One, the main one that I use, I have a refill for on my black ink. And that's down further than I needed it to be. Dang. Alright. I'm going to go with it. I'm not going to fuss about it. I shouldn't have slapped those magnets together, but I did. Quit. Alright, now we need this guy. And I did it again. Get off of there. This one, since it's just going in there and not going to have a frame on it, yellow. So, how's everybody been? Good, I hope. I hope life is treating you kind. Of course, I always hope that for people. I don't ever like to hear that somebody's gone through a really rough time, you know. I know it happens, but honestly, I pray for people that I don't know and probably will never meet. You know, just people. Just a generic for kindness and love and compassion, and I didn't put this high enough, so I'm going to chop that top part off. That's how we're going to do this. And that is how my size, my measurements change when I'm doing these cards. No, seriously though, in my regular, everyday prayers, I pray for other people to be kind and to be loving and how do I want to word this? And compassionate toward others, because I think we need more of that. I mean, we definitely need more kindness. Let's put more orange in the middle. Since we are coming up on fall, can you believe that? Where did this year go? That's what I want to know. It seems like, and maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just not doing enough in my life or something, but it feels like sometimes time is just moving entirely too fast. I'll just word it that way. It's just moving too fast, and I don't like it. I don't like that my baby just turned 25. I want him to still be a baby. That's not true. We have a different relationship with him as an adult. Because now it's not about, well, I'll put it this way. He's an adult, and he knows that if he screws up, he's the one that's going to answer for it, and he's the one that's going to pay the price for that. Now, we're talking about my son, who rarely just does things wrong. He's never been in any kind of legal trouble, and he's just always been a good kid. So if he were to get in trouble, it would be surprising, not just to me, but to everybody that's ever known him, because he's just a kid that was never in trouble, never created problems. I have his little awards from when he was in school in elementary school, and one of the ones that I think that I'm most proud of that he got regularly, along with his grades, gratefully he always enjoyed school and enjoyed learning, so he tried real hard always to be on the honor roll, because, that's a point of pride, and he was taught that at a young age. So I've been blessed in that way, but I've also been blessed in that he cares about people, and he doesn't like bad things to happen to people regardless, because he just cares, And I'm sorry, but I see a bunch of young people that they don't care. They don't care. If it doesn't negatively affect them, they don't care. And it can't just be just the kids around here. I mean, it can't only be the ones in my local area that's acting a fool, Alright, so I decided I was going to go ahead and cut this down. So I'll just make that the same size. maybe a little bit smaller, and then I'll cut a new white panel to go. Maybe I'll cut a yellow panel. That would be cute. The scariness that's happening with e-cigarettes and vaping and young kids, oh my gosh, they're dying at a rapid rate. That is so terrifying to me. And it's sad. My heart breaks for those parents that should by all rights be attending their kids' weddings and whatever else, you know. Scary, scary stuff. Alright. Let's stamp Be Your Own Kind of Beautiful. What color are we going to put it in? Let's do it in orange, because red and yellow are the two dominants. But, well, no, I am seeing a lot of... Let's see. No, I won't use yellow. I'll use yellow enamel dots. So let's use orange to stamp. And I'm trying to get back into the groove of things. And I think I put this down real crooked. That's going to sadden me if I did. Oh, no, it's not. Yay. Yay. Bonus, Jonas. See, I don't like making the same card twice. To me, I get bored really easy with that. That's why most of the time you don't see me make the same card twice. Yeah, that's why. So when I mess up, I just try and figure out how to fix it so I can keep going. And I don't have to remake it. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? Oh my gosh, I remember that being the thing in the 80s that people said, and it drove me nuts because it was overused a lot. It was like, oh yes, we know what you mean. Would you please stop saying that? It used to make me crazy. I don't think I want to glue my finger to that. Now, do I want to just put it straight down here or get yellow? Let's get yellow. Why not? And we can go ahead and put these two together and put them in the card base. Uh-oh. I don't even know what made me think of that silly saying. Know what it means, Bird? Shut up. You guys are probably screaming the same thing. Stop it. I could cut this pink down and put a yellow. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not overcomplicating this card now, dang it. I have a tendency to do that. I start going, yeah, but if I did, hey, look how that turned out in a little heart shape. Isn't that cute? Wasn't even intentional. Well, there you go. Oh, phooey. Yeah, I tend to when I'm planning out a card, I start laying out all this stuff and say, okay, this is where I'm stopping. This is what I'm going to do. And then before I know it, I have added 6 layers or 5 layers, and it's just gone bananas. It's like, what are we doing here? Here's a bright yellow. Hey. Ta-da. That was lucky. Yeah, I'm going to like that a lot. That's really going to pop. Let's see. How long is this now? Since I was chopping at it. And I'm going to try this at 4 by 5 1/4 and see if I like it. Yeah. I scrap a lot of videos because of my mess ups. Now, do I want to pop this up on foam? No, we're going to glue it straight down. Why? And then I'll get the pink one out. What I need to do is I need to get a taller chair because I can't judge distances as it is, which is why I put my fingers in the placement that I put them. It gives me a little bit of a guide, like a bumper. I'm going to have to trim more off there. I still see the pink. But I scrap a lot of videos that you guys never see because I either shared too much information or, well, one, I'm blatantly honest. And sometimes honest to a fault. So sometimes that's why I scrap a video, is because maybe I've shared too much information. And then there's also the whole, well, I don't want anybody to judge me about my past or, something silly like that. Alright, so this is exactly what I was just talking about. I went rooting around for another piece of pink. Couldn't find one without cutting a full 12 by 12 sheet. And I found this beautiful glittery piece of cardstock. This is a Martha Stewart 12 by 12 paper pad. And I had, where I had just opened up the paper pad and cut some out of it, instead of taking out the whole sheet, I had a piece of it left. So I thought, okay, that's what we're using. And I'm using extra glue because this is a rough glitter paper and this won't stick together if I don't use a stronger glue. And art glitter glue is really strong, which is why I like it. That, and it dries incredibly fast. Now see how thick that got because of my mess ups? Anyway, I didn't put enough glue in there. Go see what I mean by not sticking? I probably need to weight it down. Good grief. Words. Let's see. What else was we talking about? We was talking about how I start out with the best intentions of, and this is coming apart in my hand. See what I mean by even with a really strong glue? That's what I don't like about this cardstock. However, I'll just apply more glue to it. No, no, no. The back side of it holds just fine. It's things sticking to the front side of it that's an issue. But like I said, I'll weight it down. Add a whole bunch more glue and weight it down. Hang on, just come off of there. And after I weight things down with this glue, I typically don't have to worry about it at all. However, in the off chance that something happens that it wouldn't stick, I could either use hot glue, which is not my friend. Hot glue hates me. And the feelings are kind of mutual. I get burnt every time, regardless of what I do to prevent it. Let's see. Or I could use like an Aleene's tacky glue that's a stronger glue, or even what is that one? It's something 3-in-1. Beacon, maybe? Alright, let's finish up this card before my battery dies again. It is not my friend today, but that's alright. Let's stick some enamel dots on here. First I have to put the little heart on here. Which one do I want? Let's go with this purpley colored one because it matches better to that pink than this. This one's more of a melon color in real life, whatever that means. Yeah. And then I have this peachy color that just happens to work well with that orange. So, where do I want this little guy? Let's put it, I guess, there. It's not really where I want you, but alright. Alright, that finishes up that color. I don't like this one up here. I don't like that at all. Please come up from there without tearing up my paper. Thanks. Thanks a bunch. What about there? Lay down. Get off the pokey tool. Yeah, I like that better. And I'm not a big fan of that purple heart. So we're going to drag some pink in with it. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just adding stuff. Because why not? There we go. There we go. I think it turned out cute. What do you guys think? Thanks for spending a little bit of time with me. I certainly appreciate it. I hope you all have a great day and a glorious tomorrow. Bye, guys.